Right, and of course he's talking about devolution and that being under threat. And you'll remember the impeachment of the governor of Embu, Martin Wambora, sparked off such a huge debate. Senators saying they would not honor the court orders that came up. And this, together with the other incident of Mutea Iringo being summoned to court and an warrant of arrest being issued against him, has got the LSK and legal practitioner and scholar PLO Lumumba worried. Now let's take a look at what they're talking about today. They have issued a warning today saying, with the events that we have seen over the last 3 weeks, from the senators refusing to obey court orders to the Inspector General saying he is unable to arrest his boss, that is Interior Principal Secretary Mutea Iringo, says it looks like there's a breakdown of law and order in the country. In their press release today, they say they are concerned over the disregard of court orders. Now, while they say, and I quote, the country can survive a debate over the failure by Parliament to obey a court decision. However, the situation is very different when it comes to the Inspector General of Police telling the court that he will not execute a warrant of arrest against a senior official because it will cause embarrassment. This is what they say could lead to a state of anarchy in the country. What does LSK plan to do about it? Well, this is what they've said, that they may push for the removal of the Inspector General of Police, David Kimayo, because his actions amount to disobeying the rule of law, and they say that could amount to grounds for removal from office, and this is what they say they will pursue if this situation continues. Now, we might want to add that Mutea Iringo did appear in court today, said that he was not disregarding the court order. The ministry had run out of money, but he was fully intent on paying out those sums of money. Now, following that letter by the Law Society of Kenya, PLO himself wrote to the Law Society of Kenya in his capacity as a law scholar and legal practitioner. He's raising the same concerns. He's saying the rule of law in this country is under threat, and he's saying when you take a look at what's happening in the country between the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, it seems like a Tower of Babel. And this is one interesting thing he raises, of course, that with all these barbs being thrown at the executive, at the legislature, they are able to defend themselves. However, with the judiciary, they remain silent in these blows that are being received because, as you know, they are unelected and they are more civil arm. And he says in the recent past, various institutions of government engaging in public verbal disagreements. And he's, of course, raising the question as to whether Mutea Iringo, the principal secretary, is above the law. But he says with everything that's been happening, this is exactly the picture that is being created. What does he plan to do about it? Well, he's asked the Law Society of Kenya to convene a general membership meeting of the Law Society of Kenya members to discuss the fact that in this country right now, with the events we're seeing, the rule of law is under threat. We'll wait to see what comes of this meeting, if it happens, and of course, what the LSK itself will do about the Inspector General of Police. Let's now go to Wilson Buru, who starts off, of course, our extensive coverage tonight of the ODM elections.